trades that potentially might work for Dejounte Murray? Here's one. The Lakers-Hawks.
Why would the Hawks do
A little
that?
proposed trade. Well, LeBron James, he was asked about what the Lakers should do.
I don't play fantasy basketball. What I do is focus on the guys that's here and is in uniform and show up to work every day. It's too disrespectful to be thinking about what we need or what we don't have. I don't do that to my teammates. And, we've been putting in the work, and that's what we got to continue to do.
Yes? No, Zach? Make the trade?
Well, first of all, LeBron has a say in whatever he wants to have a say. And second of all,
he has the nickname,
that
the
trade,
GM
if I'm the Lakers, I do that trade. I think that helps their team. If I'm the Hawks, that's not equivalent to what I traded for Dejounte Murray, which makes me a little bit sad. But look, if I'm the Lakers, that's my line. Like, I'm not putting Austin Reeves in because I just don't think that's enough of a move.
The only way I'm doing this deal, if I'm the Hawks, is if I'm getting Reeves back. At least somebody that's complimentary to Trae Young. If it didn't work with Dejounte Murray, it's not going to work with D'Angelo Russell. He's a guy who needs the ball in his hands as well. That doesn't make any sense for me.
No, I love Bobby Marks to a certain degree, but when we start
when he traded you,
yeah, he traded me, but look, we don't have to discuss that. But my thing is this, to the point that everyone's making here. Yeah, that's a great deal for the Lakers. Do you know what teams don't like doing great deals for the Lakers? Every other team. They don't want the rich to get richer. So look, Dejounte Murray, he could get a lot. I think he could get a lot of, or the Hawks get a lot better offers on the table than that.
Particularly when they're looking at exactly.
You know how we'll know if they trade him? If they trade him for something better. If not, then we'll see.
Okay.
Where do you fall on this, Perk?
I actually love it. I think it's a win-win for both parties. Isn't it a first-round pick in there?
Yeah, but it's top eight protected.
Manhood
and it seemed like they, unload a little bit of money too, as well. You know what I mean? The Hawks do. So I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, it's obvious that Murray and Trae Young are not getting along. I ain't saying they beefing, but damn it, everything ain't peaches and cream over there. I actually love it. If the Hawks don't have another option, they might have to take this from the
Well, how the Los Angeles Lakers are going to approach the trade deadline.
Their agent is Rich Paul. You know he's going to be aggressive.
You scared me,
That's
Perk.
Murray agent.
The Lakers, how they're approaching the trade deadline is a question that remains this season. How the Lakers finish the season is a question that remains. Spo. He told reporters, referring to where Miami is in the standings, he said, buckle up, right? He said, we are not hiding from anybody. So, Perk, do you think history is going to repeat itself?
I don't. And I got so much respect for them goons from Dade County and their exposure and what he brings to the table. But I just can't put them ahead of the Celtics in a 7-game series. I feel like the Celtics would get their lick back. I feel like Philly is better than them if they happen to match up in the 7-game series currently constructed. Just those two teams alone, I got to say that they're not going to represent the East in the
So the two teams that they beat last year, you don't think that they are in the same class as them this year?
No, those two teams got better.
Oh, okay. All right,
That's why I just said, they got better.
Look, the Miami Heat, when we talk about the Heat culture and all that, that means when they get into the fire, the way they play, the intensity that they play with, there's very few franchises that can match that. So, yes, I do believe the Boston Celtics are better than they were last year. Yeah. I think Philly is better, but I still wouldn't put Philly over Miami. Why? Mainly because I've seen Jimmy Butler show up in the highest of high playoff moments. He has played the best basketball maybe on the planet during stretches. I can't say the same thing about the best player for Philly, not currently right now. So if you put Miami and Philly in a playoff series in the second round, I'm not putting my money on Philly. I'm not putting my money on them. So are they opposed for another playoff run? The answer is yes.
Yeah. I think they are.
Yeah, thanks.
As long as you have Bam, Spo, and Jimmy, and then they have surround shooting with, you talk about, they got better. I know they lost Strus. Josh Richardson's just as good. They lost Gabe Vincent, but now they got a rookie, Jaime Hawkins, who's better.
He's nice. On both ends.
They still have Caleb Martin. They got all their key pieces, man. You still don't want to see them in a playoff series.
But see, here's the messed up part. The question is, are the Heat posed to make another playoff run this season? Malika asked me, will history repeat itself? I said no. That means I don't have the Heat going back to the NBA Finals. I didn't say they weren't going to make a playoff run.
Okay. It is very unlikely the Heat will go back to the NBA Finals. That's fine and accurate. They're going to be underdogs against the top 3 teams in the East. Yeah. But can they do it?
Yeah.
Absolutely they can do it. This is the Miami Heat. Philly, they beat them in the playoffs recently. Milwaukee starts to quiver when they see the mere sight of the Miami Heat. Boston, we saw what happened last year. Like, these guys are deep, and if they get healthy, they're deeper than they were last year, and they have stuff to trade, and I think they're going to look around and see, can we get one more ball handler, one more offensive threat in here to fortify us, because offense is their weaker half of their team, and I think they could use a boost. But look, I'm not going to pick them. But they could beat all those teams, even Boston, and I think Boston's the best team in the league and in the East, for sure.
And they don't care if we don't pick them. Like, that's the thing. That's what fuels the Heat fire.
Well, my thing about Miami and what's been frustrating really kind of since the bubble is that it feels like they're one player away. And they've been trying, they've been in conversations with a lot of different players. You've seen names in kind of
Dame Lillard, most famously.
They seem like they're one player away. Jimmy Butler, he's very close to being a 1A. I think he needs to have another 1A right next to him or somebody better than him. If they do that, that's a team that could win 2 out of the next 4 championships because they have young talent, they have great pieces around them. But it's like they can beat everybody, but can they do it for a sustained run all the way through the NBA Finals? And the answer is
I think they have shown us time and time again that they don't care about actually going out there and getting a Dame Lillard, because if they did, they would have got him, right? They would have gave up the necessary pieces. I think the Heat always show us that they're not scared to bet on themselves, right? Like you're asking for another 1A. In their eyes, they're saying Bam is our other 1A. Like, we think he can elevate. We watch him get better every season.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they go about it. You got to respect it.
Yeah.
Well, they've used 22 different starting lineups this season. It feels like that we still haven't seen the best of the Miami Heat, and that always comes in the playoffs, which is why you can't bet them out. I'm not sure about Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, 2 1As or not, but I do know that Nikola Jokic is one. And here's our star, Siakam, going to Indy. But you know we're not done. Perk, we've seen the Pacers, we've seen the Knicks sort of get into the trade market a little bit early. Who are some teams you have an eye on? I think it's time for a Big Perk's Big List.
Hello, world. I know you've been saying me all around ESPN, bet, you know what I mean, commercials and all that, but we cannot forget about NBA today and Perk's Big List. Teams that need to make a move. Damn it, this is my list. This is not Malika list. No. This is not Austin list.
Never.
This is not Zach list.
Definitely
and it's definitely not Squidward's list. This is Big Perk list. All right, starting at number 5. Malika, give me some energy.
I got
give
you.
me the energy
Ready?
I need.
Bam!
There you go. The Milwaukee Bucks. Why? They got to tighten up on their defense around the perimeter. They don't need to make a big move, just a small move. It's a lot of pieces out there they could go out there and get to help to strap up and take some of that load off of the interior for us. Brook Lopez and Giannis Antetokounmpo and help Dame out. All right, coming in at number 4.
4.
Give me one, Zach.
Okay, all right, hold on.
I'm
Right there.
Oh, I got the Hawks?
You got the Hawks because you were high on the Hawks. I was high on the Hawks, and I have a problem with the Hawks. Why can't Murray and Trae Young get it done together? Why are they 6 games below 500 right now? When you look at their starting lineup, right, you think about Capella. You look at Sadiq Bey. Like, these guys are certified, like, pros and should have a better record, especially under Quinn Snyder. So since they've been dropping, I feel like they need to make a move, and they need to split up Trae Young and Dejounte Murray. Coming in at number 3, Austin, give me some energy, boy. Oof. I raised you right.
Pop a thread here.
You know how we go.
This is tight. Hold on.
Yeah, it is a little.
Bam! Oh, okay.
That was smooth.
Yeah.
The Lakers.
I keep
the
it tight.
Lakers. Everyone wanted to argue with me in the A block,
Right here.
you know, talking about, the Lakers are dangerous, but they're really not. Not in the Western Conference. They need speed around the perimeter. They need a guy that could get down here and attack and put pressure and take the load off of LeBron James, but put pressure on the defense and get Anthony Davis easier buckets. Coming in at number 2. RJ, there you go, boy. You looking nice. You looking nice. I miss you. I miss you.
Bam.
That's how you gonna do?
Yeah. Bam.
Wow.
Boy, hey, who needs? That's just slow down. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they need to make a move. You know why? They are so soft in the middle. They lost back-to-back games to the Clippers and the Lakers, and my boy Holmgren was getting punished down low. Not just by Anthony Davis, but by Plumlee as well. They was giving up too many offensive rebounds to the point where the coach was trying to go small, and that wasn't working either. I mean, they got to make a move, get a center in there, move Chet to the 4 position, and take some pressure off of him. Now at number 1. Let me show you how it go. Bam! Put it up there. The Golden State Warriors, the team, the dynasty, right? They have an identity problem. They lost their spirit. Klay Thompson is beefing with the front office. Draymond Green, fresh off suspension. They got to make a move. And I'm not talking about a small move. I'm not talking about moving Moses Moody. I'm not talking about moving Jonathan Kuminga. I'm talking about Dre or Klay. That's one of the guys that got to go. They got to break up the band. Everybody has done it. You know what I'm saying? This is my list. I think I did pretty good.
You out of breath, bro. You okay? Come on, man. Wait, get through it, man. I'm proud of you.
All right,
I'm
this is Big Perks list, gentlemen, as we head back to the desk.
think
It
that
is
was
not
pretty
Austin's
fluid.
list, Zach's list,
Not mine.
Richard's list,
I
or
ain't hear
my
no
list.
complaints with
No,
it.
that was pretty solid.
Not yet, but one team that is not on your list, Kendrick Perkins, and it is your list, is the Philadelphia 76ers. The James Harden trade left them, right, with a little nice stash of draft picks, some expiring contracts. They're also third in the Eastern Conference, sitting behind Boston and Milwaukee, who was on your list. Zach, do you think they need to make a move?
I think they need to make a marginal move. I think the conversation they're having internally and a win like at home against Denver, and they were on a back-to-back the Sixers the other night, makes them think, do we really need to make a big move? Like, do we have enough right now? And I think it's reasonable for them to think, hey, maybe we do, and we save everything for our cap space this summer. I think they can trade 5 first-round draft picks this summer once the calendar rolls over. But I do think if they really want to compete, they really want to win 4 playoff series, and that should be the goal when you have Joel Embiid. I think they need one more marginal upgrade. It could be just another ball-handling guard, like a 5th, 6th guy. One more guy. Go for it.
I agree. When you look at your playoff history and you're like, hey, we've had very good teams, I would want to stack the deck. I would want to stack the deck in my favor. If I could give away a little something and get a quality piece to add, because this is what we're talking about. Can the 76ers finally get out of the second round for the first time in 23 years? Ooh. 23 years. So, look, you've had an MVP. He's been second in voting. You've had plenty of players. You've had Jimmy Butler come through there. You know, obviously they have Tobias Harris. They've had James Harden come through there, and they still haven't gotten through. This year, in my opinion, you gotta have a little bit more in your favor, especially with Boston looking the way they are, especially with Milwaukee adding Dame in a late game situation, in my opinion. So if you get a chance to stack the deck and you're Philly, you stack the deck. If not, you just wait for Bron next year.
Look,
Wait, what now?
What?
That you
just drop that in at the end?
No, I'm just saying.
mind,
Look, all I'm saying,
Look.
look, Bronny, we saw Bronny playing. If you know the 76ers want to draft Bronny, you know they got money to go get a max spot.
Okay, Richard. Just throw that out. Okay.
I'm making up
But
stuff.
seriously, if the Sixers couldn't land Pascal Siakam, they're perfectly fine right now. They're perfectly fine. Like, Nicholas Batum is so underrated for
Awesome
what he
role player.
brings to the table. Patrick Beverly has been phenomenal with his leadership and his play of what he's been bringing in off the bench. But and then when you think about, like, Nick Nurse got this team playing with a different type of spirit. And I don't know how much Tyrese Maxey has to show us that he's legit.
Right.
But I don't think nobody want to see him come postseason.
So I don't necessarily disagree with you, and they have, according to Bobby Marks, $55 million in cap space this offseason, so free agency could also be a path for them. But don't you want to do everything you can, Austin, to stay out of third so that you avoid having to play both the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics sort of in your path?
For sure, if there was something on the market right now in terms of trade value where they could get a piece that's available, there's just really nothing there. You talked about it, the Warriors not having an identity. Philly found theirs. They got rid of James. They had to come together. They've played much better than anybody thought they would. Joel's having a better season than his MVP season. Like you said, they have the cap space for the summer. Right now, it just seems like everything's flowing pretty smooth over there. Nick Nurse is doing a great job in his first year. Like, I don't think, if you're going to do something, I agree with Zach, it has to be marginal. I don't think anything major right now needs to be done. They look pretty solid.
Well, the great thing about their situation, you said $55 million, is they can trade a little something and get a little something back and still have a max cap slot this summer, depending on how much the guy makes. I just think, like, Batum is an amazing role player. DeAnthony Melton is a really good role player starter. I just think they need one more good guy. Kelly Oubre has been good for, like, if you threw Alex Caruso onto this team as just a 6th man, I think that helps you.
I love that, Zach. I love that, Zach. But it's only one team in the Eastern Conference that you could actually say that'll beat the Philadelphia 76ers
Miami Heat.
in the 70-game series. Chill out, Richard. The Celtics. Yeah. That's the only team.
Well, unfortunately, you got to beat that team.
But I know, but what I'm saying is, to me, if the 76ers reach to the conference finals, they have accomplished a lot this season, right? They could walk out of the arena and say, you know what, we did what we needed to do.
Them losing to Boston is not a problem.
No.
As long as it's in the conference finals.
As long as it's in the conference finals.
Right, but that's the problem about being in third is that you would have to go through both.
The only team that avoids that is the first seed.
Right.
And then Boston's pretty far ahead. I don't think they're catching them in the first seed. Hold on. I just want to say, Perk, we had this whole discussion yesterday where everyone yelling at me about Joel Embiid saying Jokic is the best player in the league. And I didn't think it was a big deal. You're telling me, like, you're cool, conference final. Yeah, we lost 4-2, great season. Like, this is Joel Embiid's team. He's in his prime. Go for it. You're cool with just losing to Boston?
But what you mean go for it? I said if they stay as put, Zach, what are they going to go get? Like, what piece are they going to – you just said they need to make a marginal move.
Yeah, I like that, Alex.
And then all of a sudden you just said go for it.
No, I'm just surprised that your view of the Sixers is, hey, if we get to the conference finals and great season, let's pat ourselves on the back.
It is a great season because nobody expected this. Nobody expected them to get there. Nobody thought when
it would
James
be a good season. I just think they're good enough now to say, hey, why not us? Like, why can't we win the whole thing?
And they may believe that in the locker room.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports here. Let's talk about Dejounte Murray. Dejounte Murray is the most coveted player in the NBA now because Pascal Siakam got traded to Indiana. Now you have people are saying a legitimate threat in the NBA Eastern Conference. Some people are saying no. Indy still got some mileage to go in terms of players. That remains to be seen. But at the end of the day, Indiana got what they wanted and they look stronger. So it's time for the other teams to level up. Now, does that mean Philly goes out and gets Dejounte Murray? It's up to you guys, right? Leave it to you guys to comment on that. I personally don't think it's going to happen. I think that they should grab another piece, not Dejounte Murray, though. You know, Lakers are interested in Dejounte Murray, but they're not offering 2 picks like the Hawks want. So in terms of Dejounte Murray, they made a trade proposal in the NBA today saying that Dejounte Murray to the Lakers for D'Angelo Russell, their first rounder this year and their first rounder in 2028. I don't know if that's going to happen. I still don't think that's enough to get Dejounte Murray, but I personally don't think that's going to happen. Again, you guys tell me if that is a good trade or not, right? Sixers have a good options. They got a lot of assets. They have a lot of tradable assets as well. A lot of guys on expiring contracts. But they got a really good thing going in Philly right now. They're third in the Eastern Conference. They look phenomenal whenever Joel Embiid plays and Tyrese Maxey goes off. But do you retool that? Do you actually make something of it? Because, you know, you're dealing with Milwaukee, you're dealing with Boston, and hey, don't forget the Knicks, right? The Knicks are one piece away. I'm hearing the Knicks are interested in Bruce Brown. So they might give up 1 first rounder to the Raptors, who just recently got Bruce Brown, to get this guy and to make a deep run in the playoffs. So I'm hearing that, but Miami is the favorite if they want him, because Miami, it's kind of like I'm hearing that they're not aggressively pursuing Dejounte Murray, and they made Duncan Robinson untouchable. I don't understand that one. But you guys tell me, like, Dejounte Murray, is he a good fit in Miami? I think he is. I think he's a perfect fit in Miami. But, you know, you guys be the judge on that one. Leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think about that. Tell me what you guys think about Bruce Brown on the Knicks. And another one I woke up to this morning, Quentin Grimes is not happy as a Knick, because he's obviously not getting that playing time that he covets and he wants. So can the Knicks trade him for a bigger piece? Rumor has it that Dallas wants Quentin Grimes, and they could get him. Dallas is a pretty good team, and they have the assets, so they could make it happen, but that remains to be seen. Now, The biggest name on the board here is Dejounte Murray. And does he belong as a Sixer? Does he belong as a Miami Heat? Does he belong as a Brooklyn Net? Which I'm hearing that they're refusing to give up 2 picks for this guy. And does he belong as, you know, a Laker? I'm also hearing that the fact that he might be rumored is as a Detroit Piston, because the Detroit Pistons have the assets for sure, right? And they need help bad. So does he belong as a Piston? You guys tell me. Leave a comment in the comment section. As always, this is Jag from Jaggy Sports.